Hello friends, my name is Sabina and today we're gonna talk about nice guys, the sweet guys. Oh, he's such a nice guy. When I hear that, I already know the relationship will not last because nice guys in their very nature are not attractive. There's a whole lot behind those kind of behaviors and today we're gonna look at that because according to some people out there, there is a nice guy epidemic, a simp epidemic, and we're not aware of it. By the way, women also have the tendencies that we're talking about today. It's just called the good girl syndrome, being a good girl. But both the nice guy and the good girl are people pleasers. Now, I'm going to speak from my own experience too. When I wrote the whole script in collaboration with ChatGPT, I was like, whoa, it was so me too. Not within a relationship. I turned the other way, pretty bad. But outside relationships, I had these tendencies all over the place. People try to point it out, but until I actually understood it, I didn't understand. And maybe you won't either now. Like, you are a nice guy and you hear everything, but you think, no, I'm kind. I'm not nice. I'm a really genuinely kind person. I'm a spiritual person. I'm on the path of enlightenment. Everything I do is out of kindness, out of forgiveness. That's my main practice. That's wonderful. However, if you're not very lucky in relationships, if you're friend-zoned all the time, try to listen with an open mind, give it a chance, and investigate later for yourself. I think it's a very important topic. It excites me. Relationship topics excite me now. So I hope it's been my wish for a long time to actually make videos on it because there's so many relationships out there that are failing. Most of them. And I'm talking the West. The East, I don't know. But this is more like, American, Canadian culture that I'm talking about here. However, women are women and men are men. So of course, it is kind of universal too. What is a nice guy? The nice guy syndrome is a term from Dr. Robert Glover's book, No More Mr. Nice Guy. It describes a pattern where a man hides their real self behind niceness in order to get approval, love, or validation. On the surface, the nice guy looks generous, polite, and helpful. But underneath, there's fear and insecurity. He might believe, if I'm good enough, people will like me. If I don't make waves, I won't be rejected. If I give enough, I'll get love, sex, and appreciation in return. The problem is that this niceness isn't authentic. It comes with strings attached, what Glover calls covert contracts. For example, if I listen to all your problems, you want to have sex with me. If I never get angry, you will always love me. If I never argue or express frustration, you will stay attracted to me. If I support all your dreams, you will prioritize me in return. If I let you do whatever you want, you will always stay loyal and love me back. But these deals are never spoken out loud, so they backfire, leaving the nice guy frustrated, resentful, and often feeling unloved. In short, nice guy syndrome isn't about being truly kind. It's about hiding flaws, avoiding conflict, and manipulating through niceness instead of being authentic. No More Mr. Nice Guy is a fantastic book. I listened to it on Audible, and even with this little introduction, I hope you already get a feeling that a nice guy is not a genuinely kind man. There is something just slightly off with their behavior, with their being. Let's dive more deeply into the science of a nice guy so you recognize them in others and you recognize them within yourself. Number 1, avoids conflict. Says yes when he wants to say no, stays quiet to keep peace. Approval seeker. He feels anxious if people don't like him, constantly needs validation. Hides flaws, tries to appear perfect, hides mistakes, avoids vulnerability, suppresses needs, expects others to guess what he wants instead of saying it. Covert contract, does nice things secretly, expecting sex, love, or praise in return. Resentful under the surface, looks calm and giving, but deep down feels frustrated when others don't give back. Struggles with boundaries, lets people walk all over him, and is afraid to say no. Feels uncomfortable with masculinity, avoids showing strength. Not attractive, man, not attractive. And therefore gets friend-zoned often. Women don't feel attracted to nice guys. Maybe at the beginning, initially. Or some women have these tendencies where they just go for the nice guys because they have this twisted tendencies where they get a real kick out of it, and it just leads to an utter mess. Passive-aggressive at times. Instead of honest anger, it leaks out through sarcasm and moodiness. Overinvests in others, puts others' needs first to feel worthy, but neglects his own life, mission, and growth. Lives reactively, shapes his personality around what he thinks people want instead of leading with who he truly is. So, these aren't just being nice, they're signs of fear, manipulation, and self-abandonment hidden under niceness. Boom. It is very obvious. I'm going to post this list into the comment section. Please go through it again and reflect for yourself. I had tons of those, and my exes tons of those too, which make a truly working relationship simply impossible. What is the origin of being a nice guy or a good girl? It usually starts in childhood. A boy grows up in an environment where he learns directly or indirectly, it's not safe to be myself. If I make mistakes, express anger, or show too much need, I will lose love. This can happen in different ways. Parents were critical, controlling, or unpredictable. So the child learns to play it safe by being good. Or a parent was distant, absent, or emotionally unavailable, and so the child thought he had to earn attention through performance or helpfulness. Family dynamics made the child feel responsible for other people's happiness. For example, keeping mom calm, keeping dad proud, or avoiding fights at home. And out of this environment, the boy creates a survival strategy. He hides flaws. He is being nice. He pleases others. He avoids conflict. And he always tries to be good. The child's nervous system wires itself around approval, which equals safety, and rejection equals danger. And because this works for survival in childhood, he carries it into adulthood. The problem is, what worked as a kid fails in adult relationships. It has to. As a man, hiding your true self doesn't bring love, it kills attraction. Avoiding conflict doesn't create peace, it creates resentment. Seeking approval doesn't build respect, it weakens. Very important lines, I'm going to repeat this again. As a man, hiding your true self doesn't bring love. It kills attraction. Avoiding conflict doesn't create peace. It creates resentment. Seeking approval doesn't build respect. It weakens it. So the nice guy syndrome develops as a coping mechanism to feel safe and loved as a child. But in adulthood, it turns into a trap. I think this explanation is pretty straightforward, and it really moves me. Because there's such an innocence in the behavior of men nowadays, the nice guys, but also the aggressive guys, because they themselves learn how to cope with their environment in childhood. And some turn aggressive and some turn passive aggressive, like nice guys. And some in between, some are omegas completely just by themselves. Let's dive a little bit deeper into it with some science, psychological science. In early childhood, the brain is like wet clay, experiences shape beliefs. If love, safety, or approval felt conditional, I'm loved only when I'm good, quiet, or helpful, the child's nervous system wires this in as truth. Psychologists call this conditional self-worth. Instead of I'm loved for who I am, the nice guy learns I'm loved only when I please others. Biological science. The stress response gets triggered when conflict, rejection, or disapproval show up. For many nice guys, saying no feels as threatening as physical danger. Their bodies literally go into fight or flight mode. I still get a physical response just reading it because I have the exact same. I only learned saying no very recently in my relationship now. And it did come to some conflict, even in this relationship, because I was not able to say no. My good girl tendencies were so ingrained in me. But yeah, thanks to Angelo, it's getting less and less and less. And you know what? It feels so much better. So much better. Relationship science. From attachment science, many nice guys show anxious, preoccupied attachment. They seek closeness but fear rejection. So they overgive, overinvest, and anxiously scan for signs of disapproval. Their worth feels tied to their partner's mood, attention, or validation. Social science. Nice guys develop covert contracts, silent deals, like if I'm nice, you will love me back. These hidden bargains create constant disappointment because they're never openly negotiated. Social science shows this often backfires. People sense the inauthenticity and feel less trust and attraction. They sense it. They sense it. Let me know in the comments if you know what that means. You talk to someone and there's just something off. They say beautiful things, they're really kind, they're really smiley, but you just feel there's something like really off. Evolutionary science. From an evolutionary psychology view, strength, direction, and clarity. Strength, direction, clarity. Signals safety and competence. People-pleasing and indecision signal insecurity and weakness. That is why women often say, he's sweet, but I don't feel the spark. Yeah, he's really nice, but... Yeah, he's sweet. Yeah, he's nice, but... The biology of attraction doesn't respond to approval seeking. It responds to authenticity and confidence. It is all about confidence and strength. We want to feel, as a woman, we want to feel the man's strength, don't we? It's like we want to look up to him. We want to respect him. We want to be in awe of our partner. Wow, what a guy. You can trust him. You can lean into his presence. You feel safe. You feel regulated when you're all emotional and he just gives you a hug. You feel you can trust his guidance. There is true leadership that you can trust and actually follow. You want to serve him. You want to cook for him. You want to do the housework for him. You want to make him feel loved and cared for so that he can be his best at work when he's out conquering the world. Having said that, let's dive into romantic relationships. We usually all have one. We love them. We want them. However, we got to master them. We got to know what we're getting into. We got to know ourselves first. A nice guy doesn't just give. He gives with strings attached. He listens, buys gifts, or avoids conflict, secretly hoping for sex, affection, or loyalty in return. These are covert contracts. If I do this for you, you will give me what I want. The girlfriend can feel this pressure, even if it's unspoken. Love starts to feel transactional instead of genuine. The next point is crucial and really, really important. There is a loss of polarity. Relationships thrive on polarity, on the dance of the masculine and feminine. The masculine has direction, confidence, leadership, groundedness, strength, presence. The feminine also has a presence, but a beautiful one, a gentle one, a radiant one. There is an openness, there's a nurturing, there is a vastness. When a nice guy hides his desires, avoids leadership, and constantly seeks approval, his masculine energy collapses. And without that, passion and sexual attraction collapse big time. Big time. And 3, resentment builds. Because nice guys don't express their needs directly, they end up silently expecting their partner to just know. When those needs aren't met, bitterness and passive-aggressiveness sneak in. The partner feels confused. Why is he upset when he never asks for anything? This erodes trust and closeness. The girlfriend feels smothered. Nice guys often make their girlfriend the center of their world. At first it feels flattering, but over time it's heavy. A girlfriend doesn't want to be worshipped like a goddess 24/7. She wants to be met by an equal, a strong presence with his own mission and life. Without that, the relationship feels unbalanced. It is very flattering at the beginning to be worshipped. Oh, wow. But after a while, holy smokes, it's really annoying. It turns into annoyance and not attractiveness. You perceive the man as weak. You don't look up to him anymore. You look down to him because he's literally on his feet, making everything possible for you. Doesn't set any boundaries, doesn't give direction, doesn't tell you you're off or you're wrong or don't treat me like that. They don't. Instead, they just suck it up, whatever you put out there, and then they just stack and stack and stack until one day they get angry. It's super annoying. Of course, at like different levels of nice guys, some are I'm not even attracted to in the slightest from the very beginning because I have such a high level of niceness. But then there are other ones that, there is attraction and then you try, but it's just, it cannot lead anywheres because as a woman, you want to feel the man's strength and boundaries, right? But if that is never given and you walk all over him and you just feel also as a woman so lost after a while. Lost and just angry and constantly nagging, constantly not satisfied and just wanting more. I want more out of life. I want more. Yeah. And that more is I want that masculine energy. Yeah. Not what is present right now. And my relationship now, I have that and it changes everything. So in short, the problem with nice guys in romance is that they're not fully honest, not fully present, and not fully alive in their masculine energy. They trade authenticity for approval, and that kills passion. Done. Over. Not attractive at all. Let's talk about simps. I heard that word quite a bit lately, and I was wondering what is the difference between a nice guy and a simp. They overlap, but they're not exactly the same. So a nice guy is motivated by covert contracts. If I'm nice, you'll give me what I want. Often represses masculinity, hides needs, avoids conflict. Outwardly sweet, but inwardly resentful if his niceness isn't rewarded. The problem is inauthenticity and lack of polarity. Now a simp openly worships women, often strangers, giving money, attention, validation. They put women on a pedestal without receiving anything back. Extreme form of approval seeking where self-respect is thrown out the window. The problem is self-abandonment and desperation. Oh yeah, desperation is another good word that fits perfectly. Where they meet, they both lack boundaries. They both seek validation through women. Both hope that giving attention, money, kindness will equal a romantic and sexual return. The difference. A nice guy may look functional in a relationship as a boyfriend or a husband who avoids conflicts and hides needs. A simp is more visible, online and offline, donating to streamers, over texting, gushing compliments, chasing endlessly, making things happen, running through half of the city to get to a dinner, all sweaty, but they made it. They're there. So basically, the nice guy syndrome is the deeper psychology and simping is the visible behavior. Simps I've never been attracted to. That's when the word pathetic and repulsive come to mind. Now I can be very friendly with them. I am very skillful in that regard, but it would never go any further than friendliness. There would never, ever be attraction. Because, they're literally worshipping the woman. They are at the woman's feet. The thing is, we want to be at the man's feet. Like, we want to look up to the man. We want to respect them, adore them. It's like, wow, be proud of them. So, nice guys, let me know if you understand a little bit more. Let me know if you think you have these tendencies big time or just a little bit. If you know any people. I actually know way more nice guys than aggressive assholes. They're, in my opinion, really rare. Also, the relationships I'm observing, they're not really very common. What is way more common is that the men are like nice guys or couch potatoes or really not fulfilling their duty as a man. So the woman is just simply not attracted to them. So she keeps nagging and nagging and nagging. And then the man gets resentful or withdraws. And then it gets worse. And the whole relationship dynamic is brutal. Because then the woman takes over the role of the man because she doesn't feel the man is capable of. And which he truly isn't. So the woman has to step in, But what the woman truly wants is not being the man. She wants to relax in a relationship. She wants to relax. But therefore the man has to be strong. And if the man is not strong, then Jesus. Of course the woman has to step in, which is very sad. That's why so many relationships are failing nowadays too. So many other reasons, but that is definitely one. The woman doesn't respect the man anymore because the man is not respectable anymore. I think relationships nowadays are really, really messy. I'm only aware of a couple functioning ones, actually inspiring ones, but that's it. The rest is really, I only know two really unhealthy relationships where the man is aggressive. And the rest is just nice guys being with women and the women leading the relationships strongly because the men have no spine and the women are completely unhappy all the time, nagging, and the man just sucking it up. And the woman being so unhappy, and it's just cringe to observe. It's horrible. It's just like, my goodness, what is happening in this world? But anyways, our generation can change it. We can change it. We can make relationships work again, loving again, enjoyable again. We have companionship, finally. We're not on our own out there, which is nice too. I enjoyed my travels and stuff. But having a companion on this journey, so beautiful. This real polarity, discovering more of yourself, discovering more about the partner, creating a family, etc. Yeah. Adding to this divine creation like that. It's beautiful. Anyways, thanks for listening to my rant. I love it. I'm going to make a few more videos on that. That's important. We got to get this right. We got to understand so we can change. We can change ourselves. We can change our relationship and therefore change the world to make it a better place for ourselves, for our family, and for the future generation, for our children. Okay. Much love.